What's going on, guys? How are you doing today? It's Angry Role Player, and I would like to show you my speed farming Spirit of Arachyr build. You know, it's the third version, I think, or the fourth version of the Arachyr build that I used to make this build like almost a year ago, and the first iteration of the build I used Stone of Jordan and the Hellfire Amulet. The second version used the Gargantuans and the Traveler Splash, and it was like this. And the third version is kind of back to the roots, but now it's used fire bats as a single target damage as my very first Arachyr build. And the Spirit of Arachyr was buffed, and basically that's why I wanted to reinvent my build and find out if it was fast at all. And first thing that I want to say, the only build that can specifically farm Torment 13 very fast is the Helltooth Gargantuan build. Guys, Spirit of Arachyr just have no, such super powerful spells, skills like the Gargantuans, and it kills really fast with the fire bats. But fire bats, you have to stand still and channel and all this stuff, and it sometimes passes by before you kill the enemy. And Helltooth was kind of much faster. 3 Gargantuans run by and they fucking destroy everything. And they have multiplies like Midnight Feast and the Enforcer Gem. And fire bats have pretty much don't have much of this. It's just a little slower than Gargantuans, and everything for which Doctor will be slower than the Helltooth Gargantuans, absolutely. But for a little lower torments, and I'll lower torment 11, torment 12, it's absolutely the same speed, even faster. It's fucking amazing. And in the previous patches I used to farm torment 10 with the Spirit of Arachyr, and at torment 11 Helltooth kind of started beating my setup already. But now I ran torment 11 and it's just incredibly fast, super fast. And with a little maybe augments and some better gear, I can speed farm torment 12 with the same speed as well. I haven't tried even torment 13, but I believe it will be much slower because not many people actually farm torment 13, and I do not really recommend speed farming torment 13 because it's mostly a waste of time. It's not worth it. The amount of DBs that you get in torment 13 is about the same as in previous torment levels, and most people just farm Greater Rift Keystones, and it's much faster to do on the lower levels like torment 11 and torment 12. So overall torment 13 is not really worth it unless you have really high Paragon, augments, crazy gear and all of that shit. But let's get back to the build, guys, and I will show you how it works. And at the end of the video I also recorded a torment run through you, and then another video when I run Greater Rift 50. That's how I upgrade my legendary gems and really fast with fucking insane speed. So let's get back to the build, guys. Right now it's a 6 PS full Spirit of Arachyr set, guys, and the helm should look like int bit and critical hit chance like this. This build uses fire bats, plague bats, but on the helm just get some bit, guys. We don't need a fucking insane fire bats damage like we need to have for the solo or for group play. It doesn't really necessary. You can have fire bats damage here. It's no big deal. Just use your group heal, but a little less of beat is not bad at all. Now the shoulder should be like this, int with CDR and Locust Swarm damage. Locust Swarm is fucking important piece of my build, guys. It's very important. So Locust Swarm damage here. Instead of CDR you can have life or armor. It's no big deal at all. Or area damage, doesn't matter. The gloves should be like this, int attack speed, hit damage and chance, but attack speed is not mandatory here because fire bats are kind of supplementary skill to help us kill the stubborn elites or reef guardians. It's not really important. We don't really need to reach the higher break point for this build. It's a speed farming build, it's not a pushing build. The chest should be like this, int wit and Locust Swarm damage. Locust Swarm must have. The pants, int, wit and armor, these are great pants. The boost should have int, wit, armor, and fire bats damage. This is like the perfect boost that you can have. As you can see, I have absolutely no augments on my gear so far. The only augment is here. So, we'll use the Traveler's Pledge set here because, you know, it's just safe to say that it's the best you know, little set to give you both damage reduction and damage increase against the single target when you actually stop and start, you know, casting fire bats. So when we move, we actually get 50% damage reduction, and we don't need Unity for this build. Absolutely, you know, Unity is not important. You will see at the end of the video how I ran through the Nephilim Rift and I didn't die once. Absolutely, Unity is a fucking waste of time. Use Unity only at the very, you know, start of the season, or at the very, you know, times when you're really at low on toughness, have really bad gear, and you really die, then start Unity. So the rolls should be like, no, maximum damage, just damage, int, wit, hit chance, or critical hit damage, it doesn't matter, or attack speed, just maximum damage here. On the Traveler's Pledge we will need the poison damage, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance, guys. Poison is top priority. The bracers are Nemesis bracers. We need to spawn more elites to kill more elites and to refresh our Grave Injustice. Go a bit ahead and we need to reset Grave Injustice, reset cool skill, hex skill, and explode more and more. So, and get more globes, more progression as well. So Nemesis bracers, the poison, and with crit chance, that's what we need. Now the rings, another ring is Convention of the Elements. This ring that really helps, you know, to destroy all trash around when the poison rotation rolls in, and we run with the Locust Swarm Pestilence here, which is spreaded by the Wormwood. And when the poison thing rolls in here, guys, the shit just melts all around the screen, all everywhere. Absolutely, just fucking, you know, destroys everywhere. Fucking destroys everywhere. So Convention of the Elements is like, you know, the punch in the face that is needed for the monsters to die completely. Now we also run with the Manajuma set, and this set basically increases our Angry Chicken Explosion by 400%, and also it allows us to run as chicken for 15 seconds, and basically it lasts for 15 seconds, guys, and it also increases the movement speed 100%. And with this set here, we can explode shit like fucking crazy. Take a look here at the first sentence. And slain enemies trigger an additional explosions. It means in my guide it's written really well. Only explode when you know, elite is inside the pack of trash mobs. When we run into the pack and explode in the trash mobs trigger additional explosion, and elites just fucking explodes into pieces. That's the deal. When you run into single elite and explode the single elite, it may not die, it may still survive, and this is where you need to cast fire bats and just, you know, kind of try to kill it. You know. But when you run into the big trash pack with elite, it just fucking blows the screen. Absolutely, this is how it works, guys. And also with this set, we just never have the cooldown of Angry Chicken. We can just run for 15 seconds, and it just doesn't expire. It just expires right when the Angry Chicken ends. So it's always, you know, it's always fucking available. Always available. The rolls should be just maximum damage. Maximum damage, roll damage, and then attack speed, or you can have CDR or area damage is also good, so nothing spectacular here. Just max DPS Manajuma's carving knife here, guys. The Moja Manajuma's Gorifat should look like this. Critical hit chance and Locust Swarm damage. We buff our Locust Swarm through the rule to kill the trash around when especially the Convention of the Elements kicks in. Like I said, the trash fucking melts, and if it doesn't melt, just lower the difficulty, guys, because Locust Swarm is a very important part of this build. It's not a fire bats build, guys, it's a Locust Swarm build. So Locust Swarm destroys all the trash around and melts fucking everything. As for the legendary gems, guys, we need the Bane of the Powerful, the Bane of the Trapped, and the Z-Stone. Z-Stone is when, you know, we move really fast across the screen, and Pestilence just, you know, affects all around the screen, everywhere on every edge of the screen, and we just, you know, need we just, you know, the Z-Stone really works well. When we move from pack to pack, and the Z-Stone kicks in and it kills that pack in the corner and in another corner, and it basically kills and buffs the damage all around the screen, not just in the center where we kill this elite. It's not really against the elite, it's just about all the trash on the screen. And this is it. And also I forgot to say that there's a belt guy, the Bakula Jungle Robs. No, the second best option here is to use the Witching Hour, and that's what I used in the past. But no, but it's not really over important. Witching Hour, you know, in the previous build purely relied on the Hex explosions, and it was for low levels like Torment 6 to Torment 10. And right now I'm trying to make this build work for Torment 11, Torment 12. For, you know, more DBs, more legendaries, and right now to kill the stubborn elites, it feels like the Bakula Jumbo Robs are kind of more important than the Witching Hour, because when we start and channeling Fire Bats, we just kill elites in a couple of seconds. And with the Witching Hour, we will kill trash better, we'll explode it a little better, we get a little shit toughness better, Locust Swarm will get a little better, but the single elites will take a little longer, or the Reap Garden will take a little longer, and really it's not that over important. I prefer now the Fire Bats damage a little more than the Witching Hour, but Witching Hour is still good. Use Witching Hour if you have a really good one, and a really bad like Bakulis with a really low damage. It's absolutely possible, guys. For the gems in the Helm, life, everything else is Topazes, guys, like this, absolutely. Now in the cube, Wormwood to spread Locust Swarm, guys. We really don't want to spread Locust Swarm manually, it's a fucking waste of time. We just have this skill on the skill bar, and it just spreads automatically. We don't want to fucking waste time and cast Locust Swarm. It's fucking bullshit, we don't need to do this. Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl is good old Quetzalcoatl from the Jade build. It basically just doubles the amount of Locust Swarm and Hound. It compresses the dots and basically does do the same amount of damage in a half time. It just does double the damage of Locust Swarm and a Hound, and we still cast Hound on the elites. And the Ring of Happiness, you deal 300% increased damage to the enemies affected by both Hound and Locust Swarm. Now, Locust Swarm is spreaded absolutely automatically because of the Wormwood, and Hound we just cast on the elites, guys, just on the elites. We don't cast it anywhere else. As you can see, when I exploded in the pack and the elite was still there, or I could not explode at all the elites, I just stopped, cast Hound once, and then stopped channeling Fire Bats. That's how it works, guys. Cast Hound once and just then start channeling Fire Bats. Now for the skills. On the left button, guys, Fire Bats, Plague Bats. That's where you run with the poison. Our main damage dealer is the Hex Angry Chicken. That's why we need to have the Plague Bats, guys. The Poison Plague Bats. No Cloud of Bats here. Absolutely no. It's not necessary at all. Plague Bats is fine. On the right button, Hound, Poison Spirit. That's a 20% global multiplier for all damage. And also a Hound which affects the enemies along with the Locust Swarm to prong Ring of Madness and absolutely melt the faces of elites and the Guardians, absolutely. On the left button, guys, Spirit Walk, Severance. That is when, help electro movement, when the Hex is in cooldown, when they got somehow made a Hex on cooldown, you can run a little bit from the Severance and it's no big deal. It's not over important here. Now, next Hex Angry Chicken, guys. This is our main damage dealer. we run into the packs, fucking explode. And also don't forget that Hex also procs our damage reduction, so we need to have to cast Hex anyway every 15 seconds. We need to proc this and get the damage reduction, guys. So how is language? This is 5 more percent. This is 3 more percent intelligence for every enemy, and we always get 5 stacks. Always harvest the enemy to get extra 15% intelligence, guys. And also an extra armor. It's a great armor skill, so more toughness for us. Absolutely must have. Locust Firm Pestilence, this is here, like I said, is only to, to have on the skill bar and only to spread with the Wormwood. We do not cast it at all, even once, We don't want to press this shit, absolutely. Now for the passives. Confidence Ritual, it's a global multiply and the best damage dealer when we explode in the pack. Everything is multiplied by this. It's a great skill. Grave Injustice is here for the smooth resets of Hex, and we can now chain explode. When you explode these small mobs, Grave Injustice instantly resets our Hex, and we can run and fucking explode again and again and again and again, and it's fucking amazing. Gruesome Fist, fucking insane intelligence boost, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. The best DPS boost that you can have for the Witch Doctor. There's no better skill for a Witch Doctor to increase the DPS. Pierce the Veil, another multiplier for our damage. All our damage is increased by 20%. That's very important to raise your shit DPS to the max. And since we don't really cast anything, it's not that important to get a little more mana cost. It's just we need fucking more damage to explode things in one piece. And also, guys, if you don't have the Travel Splash and the Endless Walk set, you can use the Hellfire Amulet and the Poison Stone of Jordan here instead of Compass Rose. This is like the old school setup that I used a lot before, and it still works. It won't be as you will instantly lose damage reduction from the Travel Splash. I don't recommend this. No, Arachyr is pretty fragile, and on the terminal 12 you will be a little more fragile. But it's absolutely possible if you absolutely do not have any Travel Splash or the Compass Rose, but have a Hellfire Amulet. You can run with the Poison Hellfire Amulet with some useful passive, like for example the Spirit Vessel, or maybe the Jungle Fortitude, or the Bad Medicine. It doesn't really matter. Another really cool passive is the Tribal Rites. So anything of this, or maybe Blood Ritual, doesn't really matter. Creeping Death is also amazing. Creeping Death, yes, I think Creeping Death or Jungle Fortitude is pretty nice, or the Tribal Rites. These three passives are pretty amazing. So if you don't have the Travel Splash or Compass Rose, use the Poison Stone of Jordan here with the poison hit damage and increased lead damage, and also the Poison Hellfire Amulet, or just any generic amulet that you have. You can have, Hellfire Amulet is not important for this build. You can use just, the Poison Amulet. I have one here, I believe. It was somewhere here, guys. I think I forgot it where it is. Just it's somewhere here, but I have the Poison Amulet somewhere. So this is it, guys, and take a look at these demonstrations at the end of the build, guys. It's absolutely cool. It's absolutely cool. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
Spirit aid me. The Spirit aid me. The Spirit aid me. Not ready yet.
The Rift Guardian has found.
So guys, and upgrading gems and even faster, you know. It's even faster. Absolutely. Because you don't really need to gather shit. Absolutely. It's much faster. In a good rift you can just fucking destroy everything. Absolutely. Key of the build is to melt everything with the Locust Swarm and the tough no mobs. Just use fire bats to finish them. That's about it. Now the hex is in cooldown. It all depends on the rift, you know. If the rift is really good, you can be really fast. Like under 2 minutes, I did countless runs under 2 minutes. It's absolutely not a problem at all. Absolutely not a problem at all, guys. Only good rift is needed. Not the shitty one.
The Spirit aid me.
This is it. The Guardian just fucking dies, you know.
My name is Arachyr. I am skilled at clarifying gems.
This shit toughness is with kind of buffs on me. All kind of buffs, guys. As you can see, it was really fast, and when there's a lot of trash mobs, is just so much faster. It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.